very first organization for Muslims in the military in America was called the American Muslim Mission Office of Military Affairs. That's the very first one. And I was a regional director. I was in D.C. at the time. And it was a reservist brother that was in New York that was served as the leader at that time. So we know it was called American Muslim Mission. But then we developed this interest. We have to begin it. Because the Imam lifts the flag up, Muslims are going in. For the first time in America's history, after the Imam lifted the flag, the records began to show an increase in the code that was the code 48 that means Muslim. They saw an increase in that code after the Imam lifted the flag up. Now some could have already been in, but I'm one of the ones that was inspired by that when the Imam did that. I was actually inspired. I wasn't old enough to go when he did it. But that inspired me because of the words that came along with that. You know, if you all want to lift it up, I will. And then he said, we have an obligation to support, defend, and protect our society. And I was a teenager thinking about doing something else. I was part of the nation. You know, my uncle, he was one of those who Linda talked about that had served in Vietnam. And then the flip, when he joined the F1, became a member of the nation, you know, after not being treated well, coming back from serving the nation. And but when the Imam did that, we got to understand that the nation, to some degree, discredited service, right? So my uncle, and he's not here today. He want to be here this weekend with us, but he couldn't come because of the family situation. And but he is one of those who have been diagnosed with PTSD. And because, you know, like some of you go to war, you got your best friends, and back then, Vietnam and before, you could go together, go in and serve together. He saw them cut up in some ways that, you know, we don't want to describe right now because it causes us to have to stop and pause and reflect on things, you know. And so it hurt him. It hurt him. That was a sacrifice, you know, everybody sacrificed. And then to come out and be treated like that after having served the country. And so he went to the nation, and of course, when the Imam lifted the flag up, that restored credit to a sacrifice that was made. And not just for him, but for many. And his excitement for what the Imam did and what the Imam said, again, I'm a teenager, and my uncle was my mentor. There's a story behind him becoming my mentor. And so I be the one that got me into the nation, you know, so that's part of it. We followed him. And when he came back and shared the story with me about what the Imam did, and I was looking at doing something else, I was in high school, I said, that's what I'm going to do. As soon as I became old enough, I joined the military, which was 2 years later after the Imam had done that. And of course, now in his history, he served in there for 30 years. So now, and we saw that if we weren't there, the milestones that we've been able to make, we wouldn't have had. We didn't have any chapels when we went in. Didn't have any facilitations for Ramadan. You had to still do tough training and try to make it work. You know, throwing up and everything, trying to make. They didn't have accommodations for that. Now they have accommodations now for the month of Ramadan. You know, trying to make it for Jummah because we got to make Jummah on Friday. Everybody else was getting off on Saturdays and Sundays. You know, we didn't have that back then. Now we have that. In fact, almost every base has a facility where you can make prayer and dedicated space. Some of them have actual mosques now on military bases that didn't happen before. So the Imam, in his wisdom, in terms of his patriotism, we were taken out, you know, to strengthen our life, but now he had to get us back in so we can strengthen our whole life. You see, so he put us back in. And now we're able to make change. You can't make change from the outside. You have to go on the inside, you know. And so he did that very well. So that's to tell us now that you all who have served, there's a great responsibility now on us. We see what happened in this campaign season. And this is help from Allah. We couldn't have asked for this, you know. Khan, the one who stood up at the Democratic Convention, you know he had been saying that for many years. We never heard of him. How many have heard of him before that? You heard of the son, but you never heard of him, have you? But he's been saying that. Now you see the help that Allah gave us? Allah put that voice that's been saying those kind of things on an international stage, actually. You know? And look, that's help from Allah. And I've been doing so many interviews. He's been doing so many interviews now. Everybody's CNN. In fact, I got to go to CNN this week. They're going to fly out to New York to speak. Times, the New Yorker, all these different TV stations. Yeah, all the Al Jazeera, all of them now want to talk to those who've been serving, who've been in the military. Well, what do we think about what's happening? What Trump is saying and what's happening in America about Muslims and about stopping Muslims. And they want to hear from us now. And so it's even more so important how Allah prepared us now. You know? Because no one else, no other Muslim ethnic group in America can represent represent it like we can. They have organization, we're not strong. We have to strengthen our life. You see, look at the numbers here now. We need to do more. And there are many, many more. There are more who are here, the veterans, but they're just not in this room. That's here at the convention. But they're not here in this room. And it's about relevancy. You see, so if they were to come here right now and say, okay, you all are trying to strengthen their life, but you have veterans, they don't even think about that. What's going on? You know, so we have to do more to promote the importance of what the Imam did. Very strategic move. And you see the help that it's given us now. When loyalty was questioned about Muslims being loyal, you got people like me, you that stood up and say, look, my life was on the line for the whole country. I'm still here, but my life, I was partial to give it. Some did give it. Like I say, some gave all, all gave some, right? Yeah, but some gave all, right? So that's one of the things that we say right now. So it's important now for us to strengthen now that we're gonna need to get back to some of the disciplines as we get our posts together. We got to do something. Again, we have a 20th coming up next year. So to maximize our efforts, we want to do something big because again, Allah has already prepared an atmosphere now to hear from us and to have the world focus their attention on us now. If we come together in big numbers to do something 20th anniversary and start talking about how things were when we opened this organization up 20 years ago, and then go back even further than that in terms of the history. When the Imam picked the flag up, and even back in terms of what the Imam Deen II did, taking us back even before America was a country. You know, Muslims fighting, you know. And it began, first it was for freedom, but it began to be seen as an obligation. As you say, that's on the records. So it's very important now for us to bring that to help really strengthen the whole life in the country. And it's really partial in us, you know, military is one of the things that brought about unity, you know, in terms of integration in this society. You know, the bottom line, the thing was they had to now see what we were saying. My life's on the line for you. I died for you. You know, we in the same hole together. You know, not the same color, but we were fighting for the same mission, for the same cause. That began to break down barriers. That's what all of that started at, you know. And we know how we were treated. But in there, they began to do things because they saw us now we were really making this sacrifice. And we could fight. And we had an intellect. They always say we didn't have an intellect, right? And you all know the Armed Forces Marine, you can go into the battalions, the tank battalion in the Army, the Tuskegee Airmen, etc. You know, they were saying we didn't have an intellect, and then what did we do? Had inferior training, inferior equipment, but performed superior to those who had superior training, superior equipment. We were out in front. You see? And the very measure that they used to speak against us, in terms of intellect, Allah advanced that. That's divine justice, isn't it? Yeah, but we represent that. All of us here who represent that, all of those very those who serve, this is what we represent. An advancement in the intellect of those who oppress. You see? And this is considered the strongest instrument of the nation's power, right? Military. So look at what happened. Think about it. You would think there was been some people's advantage that they keep our numbers reduced. That they make us not want to serve the country. This is the strongest instrument. So if we had more Muslims coming here, then obviously you see how things have already changed, right? Just with a small amount focusing on military. If more come in, how many more changes can we make? Many more changes. You know, we're not sitting down, we're taking a stand. We're taking a stand. And that's what we've taken, was a stand. So we need to hear from you all in terms of what we can do now to encourage others to support this organization so it becomes a prominent organization in America. It's the first of its kind. It's the first of its kind in America's history. Others are starting, the Arabs now, they want to do something, but they, you know, they looking at us right now, and we're trying to do something that brings them to, because we still want to be reflective of the community of Prophet Mohammed, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? We're not just, we started off African American, right? But that's not the true reflection of the community of Muhammad the Prophet. The Imam opened us up to the world, you know, and he let us know that if they're with us, they're part of us. Isn't that what he said? He said, if they're with us, they're part of us, and we want them to come with us. You see, but we serve as the foundation. We serve as a foundation, and if we make this a strong foundation, just like the military strengthens other organizations in America, this will help strengthen our other organizations. ACGG will become more strong. You know, talking about civic engagement in terms of building for your citizens' rights to serve the nation, it will make them stronger. It will make our women's organization stronger. It will make our business organization stronger. So all these organizations will make them much stronger if we strengthen this organization right here that helps them live about their life. So we're here today to put our minds together. This is the workshop time, so we put our minds together to see what we can do to get more in. And we're going to hear from a female master sergeant tomorrow at the police in uniform event. This is the first time we had in uniform, currently in uniform right now. And I think she's going to be in uniform tomorrow. You know, one of our children, my daughter became a master sergeant in the Air Force as well. We're going to hear from a colonel. That represents the highest officer in the Air Force, a colonel, and there's his father sitting right here, you know, who served. And here's the son, upon that legacy. It's important. So we want to have them, we want to get more of those young. I have a son, I have another son that's in the Army. He's an officer in the Army. I have, actually, my wife and we adopted 3 children, 2 of the twins and a little brother. The twins went in the Marines. So we have Army. My oldest daughter went into the Air National Guard. The youngest one in the Air Force right now. And then I had the 2 Marines, and then the other one, he just decided not to go in the military. My youngest daughter married to a Navy guy, Muslim. And the oldest one, he's in the Air Force. Her husband wasn't in the Air Force, but he really benefited from me so much, he went into the Air Force. So he's in his legacy is something that Imam started, which is our right and our obligation to serve. This is home. You know, they tell us, say, go back home, but we are home. We talking to you know, we have buildings, we got blood all across America. Our blood is all across America. You know, stuff is productive because our blood fertilized the soil in this country. You see? This is what Michelle Obama said. You know, for her and her daughters to wake up in a house that slaves built.
That's right.
Yeah, so who are we to say, well, we're going to advance. A lot's holding it away from us now, and we now have been a part of the mightiest military in the world. Why are we going to pull back? No, it's time for us to strengthen the life. A lot's opening something up for us. So let's come together and use our minds and think, what can we do to encourage others to join? Get a membership and have a big event. And we want to also, some of you to think about what can you do to help, to volunteer with whatever event we're going to do for 2017, the 20th commemoration of MAVA, Muslim American Veterans Association. And again, yesterday they were talking about it now. The Arabs group have a veterans group, you know, but obviously none of them have the history that we have. And again, it doesn't mean anything if we don't do anything. No matter how long you've been around, if you don't do anything, it really doesn't mean anything. I mean, you just brag about how long you've been around, but you haven't done anything. That's right. So we got to do more than that. We're here really to serve people. We're here to serve. And if we strengthen the organization, the VA is pushing us to get the numbers up. We got to get the numbers up to at least 2,000. And then we can become a service organization where we recognize it nationally as one who serves all veterans in America, period. We don't have that distinction right now. They know that's how we say they are, but we don't have the distinctive recognition because we don't have 2,000 on record. We have more than that in terms of veterans in our association, but they're not members yet. So that's why if you're not a member, become a member. Encourage people to become a member. You know, open up more chapters. We got how many chapters now? We have about 14 chapters. All of them not active, but we got to work with them. We got to strengthen them. It's important for us. Those applications.
Yeah.
You know, applications, take some back with you. You know, you got some veterans in the community. Let's pass them out. We're going to put them on our website. So we'll maybe get Mosque put on this website. We're in uniform. You're not a member, become a member. And then the application that bring to our website, the website. We need to get the numbers up now. We need to get the numbers up. The president, for the first time in his history, recognized one of the members at the White House just recently. Right before that, in fact, our guest is supposed to be here, the guest, World War II veteran, at the Pentagon. For the first time in the history, 2 secretaries welcome a Muslim at the Pentagon. Secretary of Defense and Secretary of the Army. It had never happened before. It's always one. But him and also Imam Nazim Abdul Kareem and Imam Rashid, Rashid. Rashid is still time, right? Korean. Korean, I think it's Korean as well. Yeah. And because you know he was our honored guest Korean because the president recognized Korean for we had the 60th anniversary of that. And he was our guest speaker and our guest at the Legion Uniform event at the Mosque again. We thank him for always being very strong, very supportive, and he's here with us today. And he'll be on stage tomorrow as well. Always, once you're honored, you're always honored. You know, he's honored to come. And all of you are. I'm the vice president, and I have two hats, as you know, and then also the Imam of chapter of MAVA. And but I work under Lyndon, push him. He's the commander now. Thank Allah for him for accepting it, because everybody, something's always going to be hard but Allah's will manifests in the will of the people. So really don't have a right to rule against Allah's will. If the people say they want you, if you say no, you think that now you're being selfish. You see, because Allah manifests His will in the will of the people. If they say He wants you, then you really have an obligation. And Allah said He'll help. If He identifies you